Hey, everybody, you're listening to Bedtime Stories from Sleep With Me. If you enjoy these story-only versions of Sleep With Me, please use the contact form on our website to let me know. You get a lot of value out of this. And if you're looking for more sleep stuff, Sleep With Me now comes out 3 times a week, 2 new episodes, 1 classic episode. Then we have 2 episodes of Bedtime Stories from Sleep With Me every week. So you could listen to Sleep With Me 5 nights a week if you need to. Now, if you're looking for ad-free episodes, more story-only episodes, going back into the archives, bonus episodes, all intro episodes, Fearless Flyer episodes, on location episodes, all intro episodes, all night episodes, check out Sleep With Me Plus. Not only do you get all of that stuff, and it's all organized and easy to access in different podcasts, you get to support this podcast so that we can be here and keep trying out new stuff to help you sleep and a bunch of other people, and you can do all that at sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. Thanks, friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's time for the podcaster who, for some reason, I thought about cleaning out my cupboards, and then I said, Old Mother Hubbard, and I said, no, did you mishear me, brain? I said, later we should clean out our cupboards. And I said, that's literally how my brain responded, Old Mother Hubbard. But I said, when you need a word that rhymes with cupboard, I guess that's why they came up with that name. And I'm sure every Hubbard out there feels great about it. Whether, what about young Miss Hubbard? She says, well, yeah, thanks. I like hearing the name Hubbard too, in a popular name. And they say, wait a second, Hibbert and Hubbard, Hibbert from The Simpsons. But anyway, if you're confused, you say, this guy doesn't know his Hubbard from his Bubbard, from his Tubbard. And I'd say, well, those are like his Hibbert from his Bibbert. And I say, you're right about that, because it's time for Sleep With Me, the podcast that's here to keep you company, take your mind off stuff so you could get the sleep you need and you deserve. I make the show because you deserve a place you can get some rest. Now, this podcast does not work for everybody, so give it a few tries, see how it goes. That's just the thing from regular listeners. They say, I didn't like you the first time I listened. So if that's your reaction right now, you might become a regular listener. You might not either, but I'm here to help. If you don't like the show, sleepwithmepodcast.com/no thank you. But yeah, we're going to do some support for the show. Then there'll be a nice meandering intro, and the things will flow from there. But I'm here to keep you company so that you can fall asleep and ease you into bedtime. It's time for Sleep With Me, the podcast that puts you to sleep. And here's a couple ways we're able to do it for you for free twice a week. All right, everybody, it's time to talk about Lasso. Get some Lasso lulls and learn some stuff. Oh, right away, I got to look up something right away. Episode 9, all apologies. So I guess I got to look up, there's a song by Nirvana called All Apologies. I don't think it appears in this episode. I don't think it has anything to do with it, but there's a lot of apologizing in this episode. Let's see. I was wondering what the meaning of it is. Easily amused is one lyric that always, I wish I was like you, easily amused. Let's see. I was just wondering if there's anything else about All Apologies other than the lyrics. All Apologies is a song. Yeah, here we go. Wikipedia's got it. It's a song by Nirvana. It was released as the final song on their third and final album, In Utero, in 1993. And then in December of 93, it was released as the second single as a double A-side. It was the second and final single. Let's see, recording. It was written in 1990. Dave Grohl said that Kurt had wrote it on a 4-track in our apartment in Olympia. And Dave Grohl really liked the melody. Let's see. Was that for their third album? The song at that point was tentatively titled La La La. Had some cello in there. And it was kind of a lighter sound. Cobain had said that songs like All Apologies and Dumb represented a lighter, more dynamic sound. Let's see what else we got. There's also an acoustic version on the MTV Unplugged album in performance. It was dedicated to Courtney Love and Frances Bean during the Reading Festival. What else we got here? Oh, it looks like it was covered in 1996 by Herbie Hancock. I got to look that up. Man, that's interesting. But, yeah, so that's a little bit about All Apologies. Nothing to do with the episode. Sorry about that. I guess sidetracked. But I do have to look up this Herbie Hancock album and see... what year was that? 1990 something. Okay, so the episode starts with my handwriting. Cheers. There's cheers of a crowd, but it's dark. We see Ice. We see Roy. Roy's number 6. There's some word that gets said that I wrote down, but I'll have to go. I don't know, one of those words that starts with ignominious or something, but that's not a word, I don't think. And, there's a lot of good dialogue as Ted comes in to talk to Roy, somebody order Roy on rocks. Oh, boy, is it cold. And there's a couple of good scenes here with the slight Sudeikis physical comedy, which I don't know if like what it was like to be on set or anything. If it's if it's just pure performance or if it's some sort of method acting where he's becoming Ted. I don't know. I mean, even if it's just in the moment. But I think those little flourishes do capture Ted Lasso. Like when he puts his hand in cold water and how he reacts to it, which again is great for any character to say, like how would Scoot, I'd say, well, that's about the same temperature I am on the inside. So I wouldn't have the same reaction as Ted did. Had a bad day. That's another song that I won't look up because there's so many other things. Go easy on yourself. You're like a brunette, Oscar the Grouch. Let's just Google Oscar the Grouch just to see what comes up. I'm sure we've covered Oscar the Grouch before. According to this, like when I first, Oscar the Grouch has a significant other, Grundgetta. Never, and I mean, I haven't watched Sesame Street in a while. Created by Jim Henson and John Stone. For Sesame Street, green body, no visible notes, lives in a trash can, loves trash. I love trash, like the song says. Misanthropic interaction with other characters. But that's not just, it's also the species is grouch. Oscar is a grouch. Was originally performed by Carol Spinney until retirement. Eric Jacobson was the understudy starting in 2005. Let's see the original origins here. Original orange version of Oscar the Grouch from season 1, 1969 to 1970. Really? Initially, the puppet characters on Sesame Street were not on the actual set, but in intermediary segments. And Jim Henson has suggested a giant bird and a creature living in the neighborhood trash can. Those were developed by Sesame Street head writer John Stone and Henson. And puppeteer Carol Spinney found the answer. Oh, sounds like Bernie. Where to, Mac? I didn't realize how similar Barney the butterfly. I mean, I'm not kidding either. And Oscar Grouch were. Obviously, Oscar Grouch was influence on Bernie's, probably hero Bernie's. Yeah, then they came up with it by having a thing with a restaurant was orange for the first season, then changed to green, which became the permanent color. This was explained in the within the show by a visit to Swamp Mushy Muddy. And, yeah, so that's a little bit about Oscar the Grouch. I guess Roy's a grouch, but different than Oscar. What song does Danny Rojas sing? Man, we're really busy looking stuff up. Okay, so this is actually in Parade magazine. Let's see. I guess I always call it a cookie or it's an Easter egg. I always say, is it a cookie or a cupcake when people hide stuff in episodes? It's called an Easter egg, Scoots. Okay, well, okay. I guess you're right. Okay, these are all from season 1. Joe Arthur Gatestacker shirt, victory character names. Miss Scanlon was a real teacher. 2 aces. The AI suite share. Yeah. Make Rebecca great again. Oh, those are the victory. Diamond Dogs. Underhill's reference. So in the opening scene, this is from parade.com, all apologies, Danny Rojas jumps on the treadmill and begins to sing a song in Spanish. The song he's singing is the theme song for the show, co-written and sung by Marcus Mumford in Spanish. So there you go. Except that I don't know how the theme song goes because I thought it was, oh yeah, okay. Now I was like, isn't it only instrumental? But then I realized it has words. So for some reason, I'm not even kidding. I think the Malcolm in the middle, when I tried to think of the Ted Lasso theme song, the Malcolm in the Middle theme song got stuck in my head, which I didn't even watch. I mean, I watched some episodes. The roller skating episode obviously was a ice skating one. Where you're like, okay. When we say, how could that guy be Walter White? If you watch the roller skating episode, you say, oh, okay. You could see the range, right? But yeah, I don't know why that song got popped in my head. Okay, we got other stuff to look up, though, here. This is good tangents early. Daniel Rojas sings Rebecca something biscuit boost. I don't know what that says. Palak Shocks. Karen D. Oh, photo shoot. That's what that says. Karen Deely, she says. Karen. I can't even spell Laren. No, Karen. Oh, I'm having trouble hitting that K. Karen. Deely? Karen Deely. May not be a character. So I don't know. Nothing came up. I mean, I'm probably not Karen Deely. Soccer. Let's try. Karen Daly. Funny tweets. No. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe it'll come up when we do the dialogue. Eggplant power suit. My dreams. Oh, so this is a lot of good dialogue that we'll talk about. Because not only is it about apologies, but there's different references to little girls and teen girls, powerful personality traits. Powerful. Wish Higgins was here. Ted says. Ted uses a phrase I'm very familiar with, which again I say, wait a second, stinking thinking. Keely shows up. Are you? Question mark. Something. So she asks about the time if they're going to do something satirical, they'll call you. They go into the boot. I don't know if they called it the boots room, but they're in the boots room. Keely says, can I talk to you, Rebecca? The room they go into, they talk at the boots room. This was probably the 4th or 5th time I saw this episode, and there was a few different really, either jokes I missed or they just hit me and there was so much more. I mean, there's a really awkward exchange with Nate here that I didn't pick up on the first time. Keely and Rebecca, when are you going to tell Ted? Keely, 9, Joanna Wellington. Oh boy, teenage girls. They talk about being a teenage girl. Nate comes in. Why tell Ted it wouldn't want to change anything? And Keely says it'll change how I feel about you. Ted has a press conference. He makes a Willie Nelson joke and a Daily Planet joke. And I said, okay, are those global jokes? I mean, the press laughed at both of them. And I mean, I guess you say, of course they are. But I say, okay, it's Willie Nelson's predilection for the grass. For the grass, I sound like I'm older than Willie Nelson. For the grass. Is that international? I mean, is that internationally known? I mean, I know he's known to rock the microphone. I just did a little lasso there. Did you see that move? Daily Planet also. I don't know. Like in the UK, is Superman in the UK? Does he work for the Independent Planet? You know, I don't know, the Globe, I guess. I don't know. So joke, Roy Kent introvert trick. Oh, he does a good introvert trick. Ted does. This handwriting is totally, wait for him. But Beard and Nate are watching, sharing a look, and then they're waiting for Ted. I actually figured it out. Have a seat. Ted sits in this big leather chair. I want to look up the term bite us in the butt. I don't even know if I can leave this in there here, because this is one of the jokes that I was like, it's like a 2 or 3 stager. Let's see. Where is the phrase? So, comes back to bite you in the butt. Bite us in the rear. That's an idiom. That's the definition of it, though. Bite, butt, meeting. There's a lot of different ones. Idiom definition example. Oxford slang, online slang. It just says, negative consequences. There's a lot of different ones, so I don't know. But there's a lot of good jokes here. Oh boy, I gotta look up another one. Audio 5000. Oh no, Audi 5000. So I won't look that one up. But Ted says, no, I can bench Roy. And then, there's just a joke with Beard and Nate. You got to see it because Nate asks him a question afterwards. It's so easy to miss. It's probably like 15 seconds. And there's just Nate's that Nate asks Beard about it. Beard, of course, responds true to character, but in an unexpected way. And then Nate responds true to what, where, what? But not in that, not the way I did it. More of total curiosity. Ted does a knock, all ears. Rebecca, this was like a short episode of Sleep With Me by Rebecca. She's buying time, going on tangents, procrastinating. She even asked Ted, you got a dictionary? He says, not on me. Oh, so Top of Pops. So I have a good not the show, but I guess the theme song or something, because one of the, it was unfortunately a disc we got scratched. We scratched it, but some of the best times my daughter and I had was on, I forget the name of the Rabbids games, the bunny game. And Top of the Pops was one of them, where it's kind of like you were playing an instrument, kind of like a Guitar Hero. But Top of the Pops is actually I don't know, is it a TV show? Can we get it on Wikipedia here? We can. Top of the Pops is a British music chart program made by the BBC. Is this the one I listen to now? Oh, now it's the official charts. It was around since 64 to 2006. And it used to be broadcast Thursday evenings on BBC One. Now I do try to listen, during the school year at least, to the official charts. Is that what they call it now? Dusty Springfield, I Only Want to Be With You is the first song performed on Top of the Pops. Rolling Stones were the first band. And Snow Patrol was the last act to play live on the weekly show when they played their single Chasing Cars. Snow Patrol, who I get mixed up with Just Snow, but I guess Snow Patrol isn't. They're not the same group, even though in my head I'm so easily confused. Hit record. It says Dad. Oh, so Ted hits rewind. And I just think he says dad joke like he says it forward, but he's saying stuff in reverse. Reminded me of one of those like Lynch. Like just reminded me of one of my favorite shows, the Twin Peaks. Rebecca pep talk. Rupert shows up. He sits on her desk. There's tears. There's pain. What a jerk, I say. That Rupert. Slow music. Primo Janet. Piano. Oh, there's slow music. Piano jacket or something. I don't know. I wrote it down. Like as Rebecca leaves her off. So she's. Rupert really this is a major change for her because she's procrastinating. She knew she had to apologize. And Keeley says, you got to make things right. And I know this pain of procrastination of making these apologies. So boy, do I. And you just got to do it, I guess. But they show her leaving her office. This is a great sequence. She goes to Ted's office to apologize. Something I need to tell you. Deja vu. I lost loser standing dialogue. She lays it all out to cause him as much pain and suffering. I did not care who I used or who I hurt. They stand face to face. I forgive you. Divorce is hard. The job you gave me has changed my life. We're okay. She shakes her head no. The handshake, but then they go in for a big hug. And then at the end, again, this wasn't a comedic moment, but Ted does this thing where he swirls his finger. And he says, you got to come down here more often. Boss classes up the place. Walk away. Last one is a rotten egg. What does a British owl say? I don't think actually, we should look it up. Well, no, I don't want to ruin it. Maybe it's a payoff later, right? They always pay stuff off. Whom? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I can't write jokes. So, cold shoulder and the silent treatment. Nate runs off. Swear it out, Roy. Beard gives Ted a look. Glasses off. Higgins, Channel, Pan, Redhead, Rolls Royce. So, I don't know. Rebecca drives to Higgins' house. She pulls up in a Rolls Royce to his house. He's playing stand-up bass. She surprises him. He squeals. Ted finds Roy, sits right next to him in the stands. So that's apology one, right? Was that's the only apology we've had so far. Rebecca to Ted, the main character in the show, Ted Lasso. Thanks for reminding me of that. Ted buys time, so now Ted's the one procrastinating. Because at the beginning of the episode, Ted's basically let Roy know he'd never bench him, that he always had his back, which is kind of a broader definition that needs to be renegotiated now. Ted buys time. He talks about YouTube, a kitten and a baby chicken being friends. His mom, like most moms, would diffuse stuff like in that way. Roy moves away, sits 1 seat away from him, flexes his hand, blows his top, bass, bass, bass. And we see that it's contextually Higgins playing the bass string. He's got a Van Dyke beard. Looks how I feel. Chill, man. And then this is another apology number 2. I'm truly sorry. Thank you. I lost my way. Keely Roy and his niece, whose name Phoebe. How you doing? Fine. Body. This is the second time this comes up. Body. The miracle of the body was also a theme. Miracle of miracle of the body. I forgot how Danny had said it. Call back to Danny. Pink. They're not pink fuzzy pillows. They're more of a rosé. Some loser has been named Roy is not what Roy Kent, the footballer, wants to become. Is that all I am? Phoebe's listening to Septon, maybe? I thought that's what she said. Describe your Uncle Roy. There's no football mentioned. Beard, his ex-girlfriend's playing chess. String. 4 beers. Stay strong, the pubbers say to Roy, or the Beard. He's got 4 pints. I'm more of a Tabor guy. Oh, yeah, let's look that up. Tabor Cuckoo's Nest. And look who's playing Tabor. One of our favorites, Maxwell Tabor, played by Christopher Lloyd. He's a bit of a wild card. I haven't seen or read the movie or read the book in quite a long time. But he was there before McMurphy arrives. Okay, so great moment. This is one of the great moments in the season because it really a great moment in the show. I put all this ain't about winning, Ted says. And the Beard has to lay it all out, the stakes, the real stakes of winning and losing, in his personal stake in it too, or his personal feelings. And it does land well with his ex, and she says that's pretty assertive. And he says, "Get your things." And he tells the guy she's playing chess with, "She's been toying with you. Checkmate, mate." And then Ted's pretty drunk. Which again, I mean, I said, okay. I mean, I don't know how fast he drank those 3 pints or if he drank all 4. And they're imperial pints. And again, I'm operating from perspective of someone that would drink much more than that, I guess. Though if I drank those 3 pints in a half hour or something, back in my day, because those are 20 ounces, 20, 40, 60. So it gets like a 40. So it's like 2 40s, but they're not as strong. We don't know the strength or what if Ted had eaten and obviously, but he wasn't real super drunk because Roy's at his place. And there's another callback as Ted goes to cross the street. Roy stops him because Ted was looking the wrong way. And then we have another callback with the peanut butter finger. Are you allergic to nuts? No, to fingers. Roy apologizes. Know thyself. Told my niece ice cream. They talk about how great ice cream is. She'll watch the match even if not playing. Ted talks about Fresh Prince and the Carlson. He's doing the Carlson. And talks about Alfonso Ribeiro being one of the most underrated physical comedians of all time. Or maybe not. He's saying he is one of, he's saying, yeah, he's underrated. Target. Isonic cover with so Roy says, I mean, iconic. If you saw someone doing the Carlton, even just their profile, that's how you'd know. Okay, so should we cover it up with an injury? But Ted says my preference would be for you to be there. They talk about T, and we have Higgins and Rebecca. Silly, playful, mysterious. We have the locker room. Ted's there. Beard and Nate are at his side again. Nate apologizes. Had a scary dream. I was pecking at you or something. Make sure to apologize to me in my dream. So we're good there. So there's also a lot of these, like a thematic dream. Ted believes in Inception type stuff. Roy shows up. Sorry, I'm late. I guess that's an apology. I should have been there, but, there's an electronics thing at my house with Phoebe and Keely. Second team is going to win. Acceptance, is that what that says? Settle it out on the pitch. The music, there's music, there's noise, there's laughter, and it doesn't actually slow zoom out. Maybe it zooms out and then stops. There's a long shot of the locker room just being a locker room. And there is that believe in the background, and the believe is coming up in the song too. And that's the end of the epic. Another great episode, another lulling episode with Lasso, if I do say most so myself. Good night, everybody. Or Scoots will be back with more. All right, everybody, we're doing the watch through with some dialogue here. Of all apologies, Lisa's breaking down the match. We see Roy come out of that ice. Stretch of bad days. A tough one for Roy Kent, number 6 in the last 9 games. Turnovers ignominious. Ted comes in. There you are. Danny's still out there running drills, though. Everybody else is gone. Really funny seeing Roy sitting in the bucket. I wonder if they had a stunt double. I'm sure it's on the internet. Not like if when they show the back of Roy's head with Ted. We get a side shot, big whoop. And, he says, just go easy on yourself and I'll see you later, buddy. I got your back. Nothing's going to change that. Brunette Oscar the Grouch. Bye-bye. Turns off the lights. Let it go. Hola, Roy. And he starts singing. They're talking about Manchester City and Jamie Tart doing well for them. Roy goes under the water. We get the intro. Then we have Rebecca after the intro. Photo shoot. Ted shows up. Talks about, strutting his stuff. He's got the biscuits. They sit in the locker room, profiling women. Karen, Delia, and Posh Spice, I think, sports article. Who's she going to think? My dreams are possible. Football Financial Quarterly. Girls are mysterious, silly, and powerful. Gave up trying to figure them out. I just wish Higgins was here. Rebecca says, Higgins quit. You let me know what he thought about me. That's stinking thinking, Rebecca, Ted says. Rebecca says she's heartbroken. That's when Keely says, really heartbroken, eh? Don't buy it. How about Tom Ford? Does Tom Ford buy it? No, only with irony, maybe, or an every person campaign. And then Keely says, Rebecca, how about we have a little chat in the boot room? Because these boots are made for footy. That's just what they're made for. Rebecca's buying time there, too. Feet funk. And when are you going to tell Ted? Can you imagine having to make amends? Keely says that. Scoots can, yeah. And Keely talks about the wrong that she did. It probably reminds me of ones I did. Teenage girls are mysterious, dark, and with an edge, but that's not the point. Nate comes in, says something he should apologize for. I guess he does. He says sorry. So technically he says sorry. Won't change anything. It would change how I feel about you. Great line. David, we got one final name. Let's do a high like Willie Nelson. Trent Krim, Daily Planet. The Independent. A lot of young players. Roy Kent, he hasn't been playing well. Well, Roy doesn't always have his best day, but backbone of the team. Beard and Nate don't like that answer. If you're an introvert, raise your hand. That was a trick. Introverts wouldn't raise their hands. Ted, hands in his pocket, goes into his office, have a seat. Also, he has this thing where he has his cuffs over his sweater. What's going on? You two want to talk to me? He like rolls his sleeves. Like, that's a cool look. I've never been able to pull it off myself, but I couldn't handle 3 layers like Ted has on unless the air conditioning was at like 60 degrees. But they say you got to bench Roy. He says, I'm not benching Roy. He's the captain. Value your opinion, even when you're wrong. But hoping you two are going to do improv. I'm Audi 5000. They watch him leave. And then there's great jokes. Just seriously, do yourself a favor. Oh, I accidentally closed the video. 7:30. Where? What? What? Where? Rebecca's getting her office neat. Hey, what's up? Something I got to tell you. Have a seat. I'm all ears. He does the ears thing. Wow, even how he gets in the chair. Going to get right to the point. And the way she does it, buying time. Very Scooter. No procrastinating. Procrast. That's a good word, isn't it? Procrastinating. What's that etymology? Procrast. She really is a sleep with me starter. Why don't we look it up? You got a dictionary? You okay? She says, me, yeah. Now you can really see the eggplant color of her power suit. Top of the pops. She does pop and lock. Ted hits the rewind button. See how the closed captioning just skips it. So I don't know if he says dad joke. And she says, oh gosh, I got to do this. Come on, Rebecca, just do it. Tidy up your mess. Okay. She heads out to go tidy up her mess, and Rupert comes in. And he says, you look stressed. Where's Higgins? Fired. Higgins is first class. Chews on pens, though. And like an anxious little puppy, like an anxious little scoots that chew on pens, too. Not in my boss's office, but... And look, what do you want, Rupert? Well, me and Bex are having a baby. He says, baby on board. She says, what in the heck? First off, you said in one thing. Second of all, you're 70 years old. And I think that's what she says. Yes, nearly 70. You're having a baby. What are you, from the Bible? And you'll be a pile of dust and an Amex card. Calls her darling. She says, please don't call me that. But really, he's just there. I mean, I guess what's interesting is he's offering her a mirror, like a gross mirror to look into. She sees him and his behavior. And this time it clicks. Like, who does she, like, whose behavior, when she looks in the mirror, she wants to see Rebecca, make Rebecca great again, and not a reflection of trying to out Rupert. Also, maybe the fact that it can't be done. Like, she's not that cold and passively, aggressively passive. So she turns, her eyes watered up. She didn't cry, and she's kind of turned stunned. Slow walk. There's music, again, that I couldn't... Yeah, I don't have the Shazam for. Now it's on mute. And she goes to tell Ted the truth. There's a bare bottom. 2 bare bottom. Oh, 3. Oh, boy. I didn't notice that. Bet your bottom dollars. There's bare bottoms there. But she goes and says, Ted, I got to tell you something. There's people on treadmills over Ted's shoulder. Door's open. She closes it now. She's standing, Ted's sitting. Ted, I lied to you. Wanted this team to lose. That's why I hired you. Wanted you to fail. Sabotaged you every chance I could. And, that was me that got the picture, you and Keeley. I don't know if you heard about that, the burger picture. Interview with Trent Krim, hoping he would humiliate you. Transferred Jamie Tart, despite your wishes. Ted's right now got a poker face on. Not my poker face, his poker face. Not a poker face, actually. Looks like a poker face, but he's just being Ted. Sorry, I wanted to cause Rupert pain and suffering. Didn't care. She's looking, I don't know if she's looking right at, yeah, I guess she's looking right at Ted as she's saying it. Her eyes are watering. Ted's looking right back. Great eye lines, yeah. Ted, I'm sorry. He moves his head a lot, but not, shakes his head finally. Stands, man, this is good. Hands in his pockets. You want to call the press or quit? I understand. I forgive you. What? Why? Well, Ted gets it. It's hard. You're human. I'm a human. Being a human is, involves human stuff. Human. And I'm coaching soccer in London. She laughs and cries. That's wild. And she says, yeah. But this job's changed my life. Gave me the distance I needed to see what was going on. And you and me, we're okay. Goes to shake her hand. She looks down on it. She also has a few inches on Ted, at least in the shot. Shake my hand. She gives him a big hug. Maybe an inch or inch and a half. And if you care about someone and you got a little love in your hearts, ain't nothing you can't get through together. And she says, that's a metaphor or about us, or something. And he says, oh, well, indubitably or something. He doesn't say that, but Ted, I don't know if Ted would say indubitably. He probably would, but it would be in a proper context. This is my favorite part. Let's see. I got to rewind it, though, because at 14, no, it's like earlier than that. Oh, boy, I fast-forwarded it. Okay, 13, yeah, about 14 minutes in. Nice to see you down here, boss. Liven up the place. Man, I don't know what about it. That scene, that's rich to me for some reason. I don't know. It's like that confidence. Ted Lasso, as an imaginary character, has what I want. And it's that. Okay, then we talk about the mysteries of the human body. Danny says, body's a miracle, not a mystery, miracle, good perspective. Speed's important, but so is changing direction quickly. Beard's in the background, 808 Heartbreak, doesn't get enough credit. Team agrees, let's get going. Start, stop again. Last one's a rotten egg. And he says, oh, I thought of a joke, Beard. What does a British owl say? And Beard steps away from him. And Ted doesn't realize. He says, okay, I get it now. You're giving me a silent, cold shoulder. And Ted doesn't like it. Does that combo come with a medium drink? Then Nate he tries to talk to Nate. What does a British owl say? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I probably could brainstorm it, but it would be more embarrassing. It'd be embarrassing for me. Dig Danny. Come on, Roy. Swear it out. Roy's not keeping up with the rest of the team. I mean, but not everybody's fast. Now Beard's showing him, saying, hey, Beard takes his sunglasses off, looks at Ted. Ted nods, okay. Puts his sunglasses back on. Rebecca is signing something. She's right-handed. Sees the chewed pen. And it's time for another apology. Is that a Rolls Royce? I don't know. Maybe. She goes to the door, rings the doorbell. I guess a Bentley. Is that what she was in before? 22 is Higgins' house number. He's jamming. She laughs, but not a laugh of humiliation, a laugh of joyous discovery. And then Higgins squeals when she taps on the window. Roy's sitting, staring in outdoor clothes. I couldn't see the seat number, but he's right in the middle. Hey, there's a lot of other seats. Ted says, great comeback. This is what my ticket said. Roy's hands are in his lap. Greyhounds, Richmond, we see in the stands. Ted now is the one buying awkward time. Kitten and baby chicken became friends, hung out on YouTube. Got it right here. Or I guess it wouldn't be on YouTube because, but yeah, you could check it out. I'll show it to you on my phone. That's what my mom would do. She'd start saying something, go off on a tangent, overtly nice. And yeah, I just thought the idea of a bird and a cat and would be being simpatico would be nice. Roy changes seats, grips his left hand. No. Listen, thinking about starting a lineup. No. Let's just talk. Yeah, Ted, baloney. You said you had my back. I do, baloney. You're pretended to be a man of word. Go read Super Fudge and get back to me. Super Fudge, Ted. Go read Super Fudge. Ted tries to say, I thought that was Tales of Fourth Grade. Nothing came first. He goes, Super Fudge. Then we go back to Higgins and playing the bass. Rebecca, they talk about his beard. And they say, Super Fudge, is that be, is that even when, not joking, what's Judy Bloom's relevance? What is that? He says his wife loves his beard with a white-hot intensity. Also has a mustache, which, so it's not just a beard. It's kind of a pencil-y mustache. I told Ted the truth. He forgave me. A couple of bird statues in the background of Higgins' house. And a long, thing that you would put under the door to block a draft, but too long for any door. And she says, I'm truly sorry, Higgins. More importantly, but I guess this is more about the background. Higgins says, thank you, Rebecca. His bangs are down, too. Lost my way for a minute, she says. I'm on the road back. I can't see Higgins' shirt. Well, it suits you, unlike that beard. Sorry, I had to. Then we have Phoebe, who's listening to music. First child other than Jamie in Keely's place. Can't have her snooping around. I got that toothbrush thing. It's not a toothbrush. Roy's looking out the window. How you doing? I'm fine. Keely's thoughtful. Kids are pretty incredible. Teeth, body's a miracle. Again, another callback to the body and teens and mystery of childhood. Okay, and then the mystery blush. I guess I was right. Her puffy pillows are a rosé type color. I mean, you could say they're pink, but I'd say more of a pink powder pink. There is some hot pink stuff. But yeah, I like being Roy Kent. I don't want to be some dude named Roy. All right, Roy, what have you been up to? Reading Super Fudge. But not really reading it, just saying, feeling like a Tales of, feeling like I understand what Tales of Fourth Grade Nothing means, even though I'm, a former footballer. It's all I've ever known. Who I am. All I am. As Keely says, Phoebe, tell me, let's see, I guess you figure out who Keely is. Oh, Zeppelin is amazing. Okay, so Zeppelin. So Keely's into classic rock. Interesting. So she says, close your eyes, describe your Uncle Roy. She says, I think of whoever, Scooter can't remember Fudge's brother's name, the main character of these two books. He buys me ice cream, though. Swears. He's funny. And I love him. Very cute moment. Another heartfelt, well done, Phoebe. Nothing about being a footballer, Roy. Actually, nothing, no Judy Bloom books yet. She's only 6. So right now she's more into Thea Stilton or, whatever the equivalent is. And Roy says, Geronimo Stilton. That's another one I could yell on. And then we go to the pub at night. We see the Beard watching his ex-girlfriend play chess with another bloke while the pubbers comment on it. Stay strong, you're a beautiful man. Beard nods. Ted comes in. 4 pints of weights. Actually 5, because the Beard has pints. Figured needed after talking to Roy. Because I think they serve pints somewhat warm. Talk about Tabor, Cuckoo's Nest. And be honest, I never told Roy. Now, don't give me those eyes. He figured it out. But I'm not going to bench him. Winning doesn't really matter. And another great scene, if you want to, just watch the whole episode, do yourself a favor, but how much time? 23 minutes. Great reaction. It's the stakes for the rest of the season, but also for moving forward, right? And the truth teller says, gosh darn it, Geronimo Stilton. Listen, when we're working with college kids, that's one thing. Winning does matter. These are professionals. It matters to me. That's okay. Right, May? Correct. He points at May. She does something. Losing has repercussions. We lose, we get relegated. And then what do we build? If you're going to pick a player's feelings over your duty, that's selfish. And he heads off. Ted's stunned and shows his ex. She says, that's very sexy. Get your things. Checkmate, mate. They hold hands. They head off. Ted takes a sip. He stares at the other 3 pints. Plus, there's an extra pint. The only people like me would know that. But he said, actually, there's 5 pints because his Beard left his pint, which you say, okay, what are you doing, dude? But, only people that shouldn't have pints would notice that, like me. Ted leaves his pint, kind of waddles off, goes across the street, looks the wrong way. Roy stops him. He picks peanut butter with his finger, offers it finger allergy. And Ted's got a fruit bowl. Looks like there's a gourd in his fruit bowl. 2-day-old pasta water. Tea's fine. Sorry, I told you to F off. Sorry about, usually no, just use children's books instead of profanity, but rest in peace, Socrates. Something else on his table. I don't know what it is. It's like an orangish, it's a double-decker Matchbox bus. Ice cream rules. Ice cream's the best. Kind of like seeing Billy Joel perform live. Never disappoints. Who's played more at MSG, Fish or Billy Joel? As of when I'm recording this, I think Fish still, but I'm not positive. Not that it's a contest. It's just wondering. Well, that's showbiz, ain't it? Promised myself I would never watch Fresh Prince when they changed casting, but Carlton called me back. Alfonso Ribeiro, 19th, 20th, and 21st century greatest physical comedian. Iconic, the Carlton. I don't know what to do what a grown man does at Carlton. So that's a funny callback joke, too. Like, I don't know what somebody beatboxes, knock it off. Miss Shipley has been fed up with Ted. What if we pretend you're injured? You can't play. No shame in that. And Roy says, well, it's not a bad idea. Maybe I could get a job at another club or play in America and show them what's what. Where I dominate, by the way. Oh, this is football then. And Ted says, well, my preference would be so assertive in it. Like, my preference would be to be there. I guess that's like truth, not, I don't know how people do that. They just say what they would prefer. holy cow. And Roy says, and then Roy, he says, can I think about it? And then Ted says, you better. Man, let's talk about, maybe Ray, like, I don't know if, like, any of these writers are related to Ray. Maybe Ray was one of their, I don't know. But Roy says, I do love tea. Ted still loves tea. Tries it, shakes his head. And we have the sun coming up. Higgins is back. It's biscuits o'clock. They're making a joke about somebody with bigger hands. And they say, okay, I'm going to say it. Heck to the yeah. Nice to see you. There you go, boss. There's some biscuits. You want to try one of these? Caring is sharing, but I brought Higgins a box, a different color box with something else in there. I had a hunch. Actually, those are for Trent Crimp's daughter. She turns 9 or something, but don't worry, they're for you. No. Ted, did you tell her? Weeks ago, I told her, but don't worry. She's 3. You know, you can't give a 3-year-old truffles anyway. He's like, oh, no, I'm just joking. I made this whole thing up. Brushes his head. See y'all. Let's go Greyhounds. Higgins opens the box. They're pink, so he says, maybe your silly place full of mysterious. And then we go to the locker room. Ted's hands are in his pockets again, looks at Roy's locker. Jersey's still up, looks around. No Roy. Everybody else is kind of getting in the game. I mean, it's practice, training. All right, fellas, listen up. Beard comes back. Nate comes back, apologizes for a dream and ignoring him. I know now's about the best time, but I had this dream I was a bird pecking you or something, like a crow, trying to get those rocks in a jar or whatever. He says, okay, we're good. Just, apologize to me in the dreams. Okay. And say, okay, we got a match coming up. And then Roy comes in. Excuse me, sir, I'm late. We had a toothbrush discovery. Kind of toothbrush you keep in your nightstand. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, my niece found it, so... Yeah, and I said, holy, what in the Thea Stilton is this? And everybody acts like been there. Beard says, and Roy says, can I say something? Puts on the blue, like a second team jersey. And he says, second team's going to win today. And that's when kind of order is restored in some sense. Ted laughs. Everybody laughs. They're joking around, finish getting ready. We'll settle this on the pitch. Let's go. People point around. Ted claps Beard's back. Danny jumps up and down. People are putting their boots on. And there isn't a zoom. Oh, I guess it is slow zoom in. Yeah, it's zooming still. Tell you if it stops. Still very slow zoom. It may have stopped zooming. No, it's still zooming. Very, very slow zoom towards Believe. Is it still zooming? That's a good question. I can't tell. If I had no, I think it is still slowly zooming. Great effect, actually, because it's such a slow zoom. And Ted pushes the Beard out of the office. Roy's the last to leave. Oh, wow. Holy mackerel. Oh, my gosh. Again, why you got to watch the whole thing, man. Roy touches the Believe sign. I did not. That's the first time, I'm not kidding, I saw that. So I offer my apology for not paying better attention. But yeah, I'm here to pay attention and put you to sleep. Good night, everybody. This is Scoots just saying good night. If you're listening right now, I just want to thank you for listening to the podcast. The whole purpose of the show is to be here for you in the deep, dark night. So either you started a podcast episode and you're listening to this, or you're having trouble sleeping. And I just want you to know I'm here to the very end, just like I say in the show. And I wanted to do something to just thank you that's listening right now. You. I've been there. Last night I couldn't sleep, so I know how it can feel. And that's the whole, that's the whole mission of the show, is to be here in the deep, dark night, which this could be the deepest portion of the night for you. There's links to resources you could reach out to in the show notes. But you could also, if you only need the podcast, you just need a little more distraction or another story, just queue up another episode. It's here for you. But I just wanted you to know how much I appreciate the fact that you're hearing my voice right now, and I hope it can help. I can't help everybody I know. It can't do anything more than just be here and keep you company, but that's my honor to do so. So thanks for hearing my voice, or maybe some of you are sleeping right through it. And while, I didn't sleep last night, so I, may have some FOMO from that, and maybe somebody else says, maybe you do too. We're glad for you at the same time. So thanks so much for listening. I couldn't do it without listeners like you. Thanks to everybody. If you're listening and you support the show on Patreon, or you supported it in the past, I guess, or you're listening to the free feed, or you've supported one of the sponsors, you've come to a live show, you've bought merch or sleep phones, or spread the word, let people know about the podcast. Thanks for helping me too, because, I really appreciate the help. There would be no show without you. That helped me back. So if you have helped me, thank you so much. If you haven't, I know I'm tired too, so I get it. And that's okay too. I'm glad I could be here for you too. So thanks so much. Thanks, and good night. And here's a couple Tuck You In sponsors that enable us to grow the archives over the past year plus. It was down to 200 episodes. Now it's back. I don't even know how many, 400 something. So thanks and good night.